I wish there was a positive to say about it. Okay, Stuck on You. Now in this one, it's a spider-themed item room. And as you can see, there's these random weird-looking web-shaped objects flying around the room. Now, they do not kill me if I run into them, but what they do is they freeze me in place for a few seconds, which can, of course, cause maybe a spider to fall on me if I was underneath one, or for one of those white, glowy spheres that appear from time to time and home in on me, like the one just did there. That can cause them, of course, to hit me and end up making me lose. So I'm going to jump over here. I got frozen for a second, but for some reason that white sphere can't see me, even though I'm like right on the same path with it. And now I'm going to jump over, grab it, and head all the way down and left and grab the item. Okay, another item grabbed, and I get the Sheriff's Badge, which kind of looks a little weird, but whatever. I have the Sheriff's Badge, and now it's off to the left to go drop the Sheriff's Badge off into its correct item-placed room. And here we go. And there we go, drop off the Sheriff's Badge, and now we are halfway done the item collecting that is in this game. I guess that's a good thing, especially considering whatever. I don't, at this point in Back to the Future Part 2, I hadn't even begun. I think I collected like 2 or 3 items up at this point in the game. Just so miserable. So very, very miserable. At least this time around, I had a little bit of a visual guide in order to help me. Thank you to Medic, who did his high-speed walkthrough for the Back to the Future Part 2 and 3 together. And that really did end up helping me complete this part of the game, Part 3. Being able to actually do it without having to use a very horribly written game FAQ guide. Which isn't really its fault, because there really is no guide, because it's kind of a non-linear way of completing the game. It just had maps to set up, but just having a visual guide in order to follow was much simpler in order to complete this game. Okay, now in this one I have to set up these random. See how they're like the ladders are different colors? You can see those are the ones I'm actually able to pick up, and I can drop them whenever I need to. I'm gonna grab the last piece of ladder down here. Climb up, wait for that guy, jump over, use it here, get away from that gopher in the ground, and grab the item room. Okay. And now we got that item, now we're gonna go drop that one off, the stirrups, even though it kinda looks weird. I'm gonna intentionally kill, that was actually an intentional kill. I probably will die once or twice by unintentional ways, but at least that way was intentional. And that was really just done just to speed it along a little bit. As I'm now just walking all the way back. Yes, it's a lot of walking back and forth through the same areas over and over again in order to get places. Now I'm going to drop off the stirrups, which, whatever, the way they look. Yeah, one of the weird looking ones, but I guess that's correct. And climb back up these clouds and head back to the left. So yeah, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth we go. But this time we're actually heading over here to actually enter another street that make it to another part of the game. I don't understand why there's clouds flying around this game that drop skunks from the sky. I mean, seriously, did anyone ever say it's raining skunks outside? I mean, we've heard of cats and dogs. Why the hell would it be raining skunks? Even back in the Wild West days, I don't think randomly clouds drove by and skunks started falling out of them. More amazing stuff happens in this game than anyone could have possibly created, unless they were on the best hallucinogens that were ever made in the history of mankind. That's the only way any of this makes sense, I think. All wrung out. I get it, rung of a ladder. Haha, so humorous. In this one, I'm going to have to use more of those broken ladder pieces, and if you're not enjoying the broken ladder things and moving random objects around, you're not going to enjoy the rest of the playthrough, because some of these upcoming later rooms get even worse when it comes to having to use the random breakable, placeable items around the bonus item room in order to get the item and collect all the gold. I mean, it just gets to a ridiculous level, it really does. Some of these later ones took me like 6, 7, or 8 tries just to get it exactly right, and some of them take luck in order to complete. Even with knowing exactly what to do, it does take some luck, because sometimes you'll want the item to be placed at one point, but unfortunately the stupid game decides to put it in a different place. And once it's done that, you're pretty much screwed. So yeah, I have that item, I'm gonna go past that sign and head over jumping on and riding more clouds and watching out for scorpions and random other guys. And now I'm going to drop the item off in here. Okay, drop off the cowboy hat. And now we only have 3 more items to go. Thankfully. Thankfully, only 3 more items are left to collect in this game. Watch out for more scorpions and skunks that are trying to kill me, because they are the deadliest creatures in the world. Skunks. Instant death will always follow you if a skunk lands on top of you from a rain cloud. Yeah. So, okay, I don't know what that is, really. I don't know, that weird walking hat. It could be whatever. I don't even care enough to whatever. And there goes our friend the honey bear. Who is one of the weirdest sprites in this part. I mean, he's not as weird as the walking hamburgers in part 2, but he's equally weird. Also, at least the annoying sound of the birds didn't return, but if you didn't hear it at the very beginning of my run, there was the annoying sound of the bees, or hornets, or whatever, that they have a sound when they come out, and you actually can hit their hive or whatever, and that's what spawns them and makes them come out or whatever, but they are so annoying. As I'm going to walk in the saloon this time, the item room is placed here, and now we have the Lone Arranger. Haha, so funny once again. Now in this part I'm going to have to use all these items that are placed at the bottom for me to pick up and collect, and I'm going to have to use them all in order to get every single last piece of gold. Now this one in particular took me 3 or 4 tries on my own to figure out exactly what I had to do. Now I built up the ladder here intentionally where it is, and now I'm going to use these random blocks, and I have to get them in the right spot. There we go, in the correct spot. Now I'm going to be able to jump onto that platform and grab that gold, and now I can also climb up the ladder and go over and just drop straight down, watching out for the fire, and collect that gold as well. If for some reason that platform isn't there, you do have another platforms, of course, to grab, but unfortunately you start running low on them. As you can see now, by grabbing that one, the dynamite is now floating in midair, but I can still pick it up, thankfully. Okay, now that there's 2 platforms are set up, I have to grab this rope and climb up here and jump onto the platform, and I need the rope to stick right there. And now by grabbing the other piece of rope, I'm going to have to get that rope to attach to the top of the other piece I laid in order to be able to climb up there. So there we go, it's placed. Drop down, grab the dynamite. You must have the dynamite, do not go up here unless you have it. Climb up the rope here, get up, get the other piece of gold, drop the dynamite, it explodes. The only piece I didn't use was that random extra pole, but I'm sure it could have been used in other ways or whatever, but either way I got the Indian headdress, and yes, that's what it's called, even though of course that would be politically incorrect nowadays. It would be Native American headdress. But I don't think this game nor LJM really gave a crap. But we enter this random barn and drop off the Indian headdress. And you can see it takes forever for the word jumble to figure itself out. There we go. 2 more items left. At least they put these random town-style areas in the game to at least represent part of the movie. I guess I guess that's a plus. I can actually say there's a plus to the game, that they at least made this saloon, Wild West town thing to be at least somewhat similar to the old Hill Valley in Back to the Future Part 3, the movie. At least that's one of the things I can say positive about this game. I guess. That's pretty sad when that's one of the things I can compliment on, but could be a lot worse, I guess. Could be a heck of a lot worse. Okay, now here's the next street, or whatever. We have 2 more streets left. This is the second to last one. And I have scorpions and skunks following me all around, and occasional bandit that's gonna shoot me, or random Native American jumping up and down in place. I really don't get that. And in case you didn't see, there was another skunk dropping from a cloud. So this adds to it. What is up? There's like so many skunks. They would spray me at this point. There's 3 or 4 of them following me at once. Just ridiculous. I don't think any place has this many skunks. At least not running rabid through the town. It doesn't make much sense to me at all. Thankfully I'm almost at the end of this part here. Go past this house. Keep going over more skunks. And enter this room, and here we go. Building for the future. whatever. Anyway, of course, it's more breakable part crap I have to deal with in this one. I'm going to first collect all the gold on this main tower area. I'm basically going to start building this path in order to get the flames moving back and forth, so I have a more open area and so I'm not confined when I need them. So they're going to basically be able to walk all the way around now. I'm going to wait, jump up and grab that piece, and now I'm going to jump over him and drop it. There we go, and grab that piece of gold. Okay, climb back up, watch out for the flame, and drop it in between. Jump over the flames. Just waiting for it now. I'm going to grab a ladder here and start building a little bit here. Go up, and grab another piece of the ladder, and set it up. Go back over, more ladder pieces, so I can set up the path on the top area here. Might as well grab the gold while I can. There we go. Screw it, just